Good morning to all of you. Today, we are really blessed and very fortunate to have here his great Radhesham Das. We all welcome Radhesham Community Society. Hare Krishna, please. All of you raise your hand. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama.
Rama Rama.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurvanmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanam Punaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So very happy to be here at Brahm Prakash DAV School. You all gathered like this, I heard regularly, and you have been hearing many valuable lessons on values and building character. So I'll begin with a little story today. You all have heard about Sahara Desert. Once upon a time, some 3 travelers were walking in the night time in Sahara Desert. So there were stars twinkling in the sky. It was very dimly moonlit night. At that time, they heard Akashvani in the sky. And the voice said, "Bow down. Pick up the pebbles and fill up your bags. And tomorrow morning, either you will be jolly or you will be sad." That was the voice they heard. You all heard me well? Yes. So guess what you will do? They were thinking, we are walking in the desert. Our bags are right now empty. If we fill it up with pebbles, it's going to be pretty heavy. So the first person, because the voice was from the sky, he believed it, he took it seriously and filled up his bag 100% full. The second person filled it only half. Third person was lazy fellow. He only picked up 1 or 2 pebbles and put inside. And then they all walked. Next day morning, when the sun rose in the eastern sky, at that time, the first person opened his bag and he started dancing. He became very jolly. The second person was happy and sad, both. The third person was totally sad. Can any of you guess why? She's saying they were not ordinary pebbles, they were diamonds. Give her an applause. So, you see, the first fellow obeyed, so he got a bag full of diamond. Second fellow partially obeyed, he got half bag full of diamond. Third fellow didn't obey much, he just got 1 or 2 pieces of diamond. Similarly, all of you children, in your school days, whatever values, skills, morals, character, which is all like diamond, you are asked to pick up. Sometimes you may be cheerful, sometimes you may not be so happy. Like in Pune also we have a school. Once I called one of the children and called and asked, how many days in a week you want holidays? The small kid told me, 7 days, all 7 days I want holiday. So that every day I can play. So our mind always says we just want to play all day. But your teachers and parents tell you, no, you go to school, wear your uniform, sit in the classroom, study responsibly, correct? So they are telling for who's good? For your good. So that is like picking up the diamonds. Although bag is heavy now, when the sun rises in the sky, you'll be very happy that in my school days, in DAV school, I learned values and good character and good habits. Now I am reaping the fruits. This is what you will realize when you grow up. Without that, you see, in IIT, recently in one of the IITs, in just 1 year, 3 boys committed suicide. That's because they didn't have any foundation at all in values and meaning of life, goal of life. How can one waste one's human life like that? So, therefore, I'm going to share with you 10 advantages that you will gain if you study the Bhagavad Gita and cultivate values in your life. So, you have to count and keep in mind. At the end, I will revise the 10 points. How many of you are ready? Okay, let us see who remembers all the 10. We'll see. Okay. So the first one is this. When you go to anybody's house, they show you the drawing room, they show you their kitchen, they show you their garden, they show you the TV room, everything they will show you. But there is one thing that they don't show you, but that is very, very important. Who can say what it is? Which one? They are saying study room, they are saying. Washroom. Okay. Washroom is important, but that's not what you show, that's true. Yeah? Puja room, they are saying. Puja room also they may show. But there is one thing which nobody shows. Huh? Bedroom, they are saying. No. What is it? What did they say? Storeroom. Okay. Not storeroom. I'll tell you what they don't show is the foundation of the building. That they don't show. Nobody asks and nobody shows. But tell me, if you have like this building is standing now, can this building stand like this without a foundation? Similarly, when you see a very great leader, you see Einstein, or you see Socrates, or you see Gandhi, any great leader who has done great work in this world, even the Prime Minister of India, if you see, these are all big personalities who are doing great things. But these leaders in their childhood, like when you all are studying in a school now, and that is the age when they laid their foundation. So, foundation of good habits, good character, good culture. You all know Gandhi, when he was a 5th standard student, somebody took him to one drama on Lord Rama, Ramayana. So he saw how Rama was truthful, how he dealt with his brothers, how he dealt with his wife Sita, how he dealt with his father Dasharath and mother Kaikeyi, how he was so noble, how he was so pure-hearted. And Gandhi had tears in his eyes. When he came back home, he said, today onwards I will be truthful. And then later on, he went to London for studying barrister in law. And although all people around him were into bad habits, but he lived a very pure life because he had seen a very good drama in the school days on Ramayana. So that touched him very much. And later on, he went on to become the father of the nation, is it not? So that's the first thing, that your Vedic training lays a foundation in your life. That's the very first thing. Of what foundation? As I told you, everything starts from a thought. It is said, watch your thoughts. It is said, they will turn into words. Watch your words, they will turn into actions. Watch your actions, they will very soon turn into habits. Watch your habits, otherwise they will turn into character. Watch your character, it will turn into culture. That becomes your culture. From the thoughts to the culture, all these are the sequence of the steps. So all of you are coming for gathering, I heard daily, and you are hearing some very noble thoughts every day. So supply pure thoughts to your mind. Then you will speak purely. You will act purely. You will also develop good habits. It's called as GIGO principle. You know what is GIGO? All of you repeat. Good in, good out. Garbage in, garbage out. Yeah. So nowadays I saw in the marketplace some children, they are wearing a horn like this. It's lit up inside with a light. You have seen that? I was shocked to see that. How can one want to be a demon like that? Some people wear like that. Huh? Isn't it? So there is an angel inside us and there is an animal inside us. Which one you want to bring out? Angel. So this is the first thing I told you. If you cultivate a good foundation and values, you can bring the angel out of you. And you can drive out the animal within you. We don't want that animalistic behavior. Okay, the second thing I wanted to tell you was about one research that was done in Stanford University many years ago. So Stanford University observed that Japanese industries are booming and they wanted to know why. We are having the best business schools like Harvard Business School, and we are having such facilities for training our students in America. We have the best of technology. Then what are we lacking that we are not able to, make our students successful in business like Japanese industries? Then one thing they found out when they went to Japan to do the research, they found that it is more to do with Japanese mentality than American technology. In Japan, they came to know that 80% values and 20% tools. That was Japanese slogan. Because in America, the slogan was, my intelligence and your hands. That was their formula. That means all of you do what I say. That was the approach they had taken, which many employees didn't like. Because the leaders thought that behind the hands there are skills, correct? Like for example, your weavers do weaving of the cloth. So behind the hand there is skill. Or you can play a piano, correct, no? Or you can do batting. So hand can have many skills. Behind the hand there is skills, but behind the head there is creativity. So Japanese industries told their people, why you only use our heads and your hands? You bring your heads also. So our heads and your heads. So people like the idea that the leaders are not proud. They are giving us opportunity to open up and give our suggestions. They are lending their ears to our opinions. So in Japan there was more cooperation. People brought their hands and heads also, which means they brought the skills and creativity. Both they brought. And they saw in Japan there is a lot of emphasis on teamwork, prayer, integrity, honesty, tolerance, humility, such kind of values. In the companies, they found there was a family culture in the companies. So then they understood, we also have to emphasize on values now. So when Stanford University presented this research, in America they changed the curriculum to include many such items related to values amongst the... So that's why we call team means together everyone makes... You know that everyone achieves more. TEAM. You know that? Together. All of you repeat together. Everyone achieves more. Correct, no? Together you can do. Individually you can't do much. They understood that. Now later on they saw that Japanese industries are also facing problem. Because there's a saying in English, too many cooks spoil the broth. You know that? Too many people put their heads as spoils. Then they found that Indians are the most successful. So what they found in India was something very amazing. They saw in India, Indians are known for many good qualities. One time I was in our Pune station, in Pune. So one family, old man with his family, about 8-10 of them were waiting for a train, and the train got 6 hours late. So they put a clock and they lied down, they ate their lunch, everything. When the train came, they were smiling, now at last train has come. So I asked them, are you not upset with the train? It's coming 6 hours late. The old man was laughing and said, at least the train has come, they have not cancelled it. They are very happy. So Indians are known for tolerance. Even in a train, when you enter, sometimes the fan is not working. You know how they make it work? Anybody knows? Either finger or take your comb and do like this, the fan will start going. Similarly, you want to drive a bike is not working. What do? You just bend the bike like this. So you will see that Indians find out ways and means to make things work. And also they are very tolerant. Therefore, you find the best of the 500 Fortune companies in America, many of them have many Indians working. Like for example, Pichai and all the Google, you know the mom companies, Meta, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google. In all these companies, the intelligentsia, you will find majority of them are Indians, you will find. So what is so special about India? Here comes the point. Stanford University research showed that in India, there is a culture of guru and disciple. The disciples, they are ready to lay down their life for their guru. Like for example, I got connected to ISKCON in 1991. 1994 I joined. So now last almost close to 30 years or so, I live in an ashram and I serve as a monk. We don't take a single penny salary. And we don't go for any kind of work to earn money also. Then what do? We sleep at 9 in the night and get up at 3 a.m. in the morning. Except those 6 hours, 18 hours we are available for service. So when Americans came to India, they were shocked seeing the monks. They said, hey, these guys are working for a Guruji for 18 hours, even our fellows don't work more than 10, 12 hours also. So and these fellows are not taking a single penny. So how do they survive? Then they understood there is a thick relationship between Guru and disciple. These fellows have given their heart to their Guru. How? How did that happen? Then they found that the Gurus awaken the value system in the disciple and make the disciple feel the happiness and joy in spiritual life. After which the disciples are ready to work very hard and propagating the divine message. So they found that in countries like India with the deep cultural and spiritual roots, they have an extra advantage over other countries which lack such spiritual and cultural roots. Because the alignment is very poor in other countries. In India, if Guru says you do this, 1 million people will do that. So that kind of alignment they saw. Here they understood the lesson. Behind the heart, there is inspiration. Now you all repeat after me. Behind the hand, what is that? Behind the head? And behind the heart? Inspiration. Inspiration. So out of the three, which is the greatest? Inspiration. For example, if I have to assemble all the ants in your compound, I take a machine gun and go around. If I do like that, will they come? All the ants will run into holes. But if I put some sugar here, all the ants will come here. Isn't it? Similarly, that sugar is the inspiration. If there is inspiration, our heart will come. So then they understood the leaders have to be inspiring leaders, not just shooters. We want leaders who have high character, high values, pure habits, and who are very mature, who respect others, who are tolerant of others, who are patient in dealing with people, who are forgiving. Leaders with such good qualities only can inspire the subordinates put under them. That's what they learn. So, all of you are born in this country? So, you are very fortunate. Because Stanford University research clearly showed that amongst the countries like America, Japan and India, India has the deepest cultural and spiritual roots. And therefore, many countries abroad give scholarship and very good jobs for Indians. Indians are going to America. The reason is that because they are welcomed there. Everywhere Indians are wanted like that. So that was the second thing I told you. Now the other things will go a little faster. So You will see that when you have the foundation, this is the first thing I told you, foundation of a building, of skills, habits and values. Second thing I told you is about the Indian culture. Now, what are these values, habits and culture that we learned? About that I am going to say the next few points. You will see that one of the first things the Vedas teach, you all can repeat after me, acceptance of God, alignment with God, acting for the pleasure of God, acting on behalf of God. These are the four basic things you will find in all the Vedic literature. So when you accept God, then you align with His word, which is Bhagavad Gita. When you accept His authority. So those who align with God and nature, they can lead very happy lives. I'll tell you for example, if somebody wants to commit sin, now what are the sins? There are 4 sins mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Abhyartidastada tasmai sthanani kalaye dadau dyutam panam striya suna yatra adharmas chaturvidaha. This verse says that if a man and woman properly marry, that is allowed. Marriage is allowed in Vedic scriptures. But a man without marriage should not connect with member of the opposite sex. Sex before marriage or sex outside marriage, it is called illicit sex. That is one sin. And like Ravana wanted to take away Lord Rama's wife Sita, correct? So that is illicit behavior. Is that clear? Yeah. And the second thing, unnecessarily one should not harm the poor creatures like cows. One should not harm cows, goats, chicken. One should not harm them. Rather, one should accept those which are prescribed for human beings, like the vegetables, fruits, cereals, spices, milk and sugar, such kinds of things, and sanctify it by offering to God and then take it. That's the second thing. And the third is, nobody should put any kind of intoxicants into your body, like smoking, drinking, drugs. None of these things. They are very harmful for the body. Even though man knows cigarette smoking is injurious to health, still people smoke foolishly. And the fourth thing is, one should not gamble. One should not loot others' money. You should not put your hand in the pocket of others. One should not do that. So these are 4 sins which are said. Now, for engaging in sinful activity, if you do that, there are 5 big losses for you. For example, if somebody is smoking, he gets lung cancer, correct? If somebody is putting tobacco in the mouth, he gets ulcers in the mouth. Somebody is drinking liquor, what do they get? Liver cirrhosis disease. Somebody is engaging in illicit sex, they get AIDS and 25 other sexually transmitted diseases. That means engaging in sin, the first thing is you get suffering. The first thing is you have to spend for the sinful activity. The cigarettes and liquor and all, they come free of cost, or you have to spend money. So that is the first loss for you. You have to pay money and buy the sinful commodity. So you are buying with money. Second thing is you get suffering. Correct? You agree? And the third thing is, you will often see that when people get suffering, they go to doctor. Then you have to pay the doctor's bill. Correct, no? Like somebody smoked, he got lung cancer. Where he will go? Then he has to pay heavy money to the doctor. That's the third disadvantage. And the fourth disadvantage is the police will come and catch him. If somebody is drinking and driving a car, is it allowed? What will he cause? Accident, yeah. Then police will catch him. That's the fourth thing. And after death, Yamadutas will come and take him to hell for punishing him for doing these things. So there are 5 losses for sinners. But if you want to lead a virtuous life, you don't have to spend a single money. Like I have a japa beads. Every day I chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this chanting, these beads, how much it is? In our temple, many people, we give them free beads also. If somebody wants to chant. It's not at all costly. And to buy a Bhagavad Gita, how costly it is? 50 rupees, 100 rupees. Not a very costly thing. But if you read every day 1 page of Bhagavad Gita for 5 minutes and 1 round of japa 108 times, Hare Krishna mantra you chant, it is 10 minutes. So 10 plus 5, 15 minutes out of 24 hours. How many of you feel it is not very difficult? Yeah, your life would be fully blossomed. Thank you. Huh? Is it not true? So for doing virtuous activities, you have to spend much, or for doing sinful activities, you have to spend much. Still, the whole world is running in the path of sin and suffering. Just see. Therefore, I told you, if you, this is the first thing. As soon as you accept the Bhagavad Gita, you will align with God and nature. And those who don't align with God and nature, they suffer. You all understood this point? Is it clear? Okay. Now the second thing, you will see that this is about one's own body. One may be putting cigarette or liquor and all those things. They're suffering. But there are people who also, trouble others also. You can see one scientist actually, made a dynamite bomb, after which in Hiroshima and Nagasaki they dropped the bomb. And hundreds and thousands of people died. On the other hand, another scientist invented a life-saving drug called as penicillin. Correct? Who invented penicillin? Who is that? Fleming, yeah. Fleming invented. So he's a good scientist, isn't it? So you want to be a good scientist doing good to the world, or you want to be a scientist who creates a bomb and kills others? Which one you want to do? Yeah, is it not true? So you can see that not only a person harms himself by cigarette smoking, drinking and all, he can also have a demoniac mentality to destroy the world. So that is the fourth thing you learned. The third thing I told you is aligning with God and nature. Fourth thing is, one scientist behaves like an animal, another scientist behaves like an angel. Correct? So what do you do for others? Then the fifth thing is, when others are troubling you, or the situations are not favorable to you, how do you take it in life? When I heard these 3 boys who committed suicide in IIT Hyderabad, when I heard 2019 it happened. So they all left a chit. What was the chit showing? They said that, the studies, the computer science is so difficult. I am worried that when I complete, I don't know whether I'll get a job. The competition level is very high. One boy wrote like that and died. Another boy said, the academic pressure is very high, I can't take it. So I want to be first, otherwise what's the use? So these fellows, for flimsy reasons, they committed suicide. On the contrary, I am observing, Pandavas, their wife Draupadi was insulted in the public. Is it not true? And the Pandavas were cheated by a gambling match and driven to the forest for 12 plus 1, 13 years. Not only that, Bhima was fed with poison cakes. So many things were done. Even after 13 years when they came back, the kingdom was not returned. They had to fight a battle to get it back. So did Pandavas thought any idea about suicide? Have you ever heard that? Why they never committed suicide with all these troubles? Anybody has a reason? Yeah. She's saying they had willpower, she's saying, yes? Can anybody hear that and tell me? What is that?
He's saying they're confident about winning the war.
Oh, they never wanted the war. Yeah? What did she say?
They wanted to fulfill their dream.
They didn't want?
They wanted to fulfill their dream.
Oh, what was the dream? Oh, he's saying they were tolerant. My question is how they were tolerant. Why those Pandavas are tolerant and here these fellows are not tolerant? I mean, these 3 boys committed suicide. Why they committed suicide and they didn't commit suicide? Why? One at a time, yeah?
They knew the values and
She's saying they knew the values. She's saying, yeah? What she said? What he said? There was no time for? He's saying they knew the spiritual values. Saying, okay. They walked the path of dharma. Saying, very good. You all have come very close to what I was looking for. Yeah?
they realized that committing a suicide is of no use.
Okay. Yeah? Okay. There are many reasons you all said, but the one reason I will tell you is they always aligned with dharma. One of them said, so clap the hands for him. Yeah. Dharma means, you will see, first of all, the first aspect of dharma is moral, then ethical, then spiritual. And dharma means, you should know, I am not the body, I am Atma. I am spirit soul. Your real identity should be known. And you should be able to discriminate what is good for me, what is bad for me, what will produce long-lasting happiness, what will produce short-term happiness, all these things. So they were aware of dharma, and most important aspect of dharma, already I told you, acceptance of God, alignment with God, acting for the pleasure of God, acting on behalf of God. They were doing this. If any of you do this, it is said in Ulysses, there is a very nice statement, to strive, to seek, to find and not to yield. Those people who walk the path of dharma, they will have a rock-like determination. Have you heard this saying, when going gets tough, the tough get going? Repeat it.
The going gets tough, the tough gets going.
Immediately captured it. So, Pandavas were like that. So, here is a point that the Vedic life gives you a foundation where not only you don't harm yourself with bad substances like smoking, drinking and all that, and you don't harm others like making a bomb and throwing at others. Even when situations and people throw problems on you, you will be able to defend yourself and go on with life. 2.14, Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, Tam Stitikshasva Bharata, learn tolerance, Arjuna. Because one thinks that God is watching, his eyes are watching, and one draws strength from Krishna, from the Supreme God. So one can go on like that. That's true. And another principle of those who cultivate the spiritual values is, all of you repeat this, Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhavet. This is a very beautiful verse. Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu means, may all the people of the world live happily. They are all God's children. I should not even harm even an ant also. Then therefore I should respect all creatures. I should want to see them live happily. This is called as Jio and Jinedo. What is the meaning of that? Live and let live. Yeah. Unfortunately, nowadays people only have Jio SIM in their mobiles. We have to make a Jinedo SIM also in future. You know what is the Jinedo? Means not only I should live happily, you should make others also live happily. Is it not true? So, you know what, there was on Hitler. He killed 10 million people. Do you know that? 10 million means 1 crore Jews. He put them in gas chambers and killed them. How cruel one can be. Just think about it. Finally, he killed himself also. You know that? He committed suicide. So, is he thinking about others' welfare? No. On the other hand, you will see Lord Ramachandra, when he was king, or Yudhishthira Maharaj was king, Parikshit Maharaj, Arjun, many great kings have come in this world. So, these kings actually were like Prajanam Pitruvatsalaha. It is said, those leaders thought of their subjects or citizens as good as their own children. Like mother and father, how they love their children. Like that, they took care of their citizens, it is said. So, this is the principle of Jio Jinedo, live and let live. So, the Vedic slogan is this, may the wicked become virtuous. Repeat. May the virtuous become tranquil. May the tranquil become free. And those who are free, set others free. See how beautiful slogan it is. Our desire is to see all the wicked people becoming virtuous people. And those who are already virtuous, let them become peaceful. Those who are peaceful, let them become free from all sufferings in this world. And those who are already free from all suffering, let them make others free also. This is a beautiful slogan. So, this was the principle based on which Yudhishthira Maharaj and Pandavas were living. Such nice lives. Now, another value I am going to tell you now is self-discipline. Vedic life teaches self-discipline. Let me ask you a question. When you go to a garden, do you like nicely trimmed plants Or you like to see plants growing in any direction? How many of you like nicely trimmed plants? Okay. How many of you like plants can grow in any way it wants? There are a few hands up there for that also. Okay. Now all of you are sitting in aligned fashion today morning. Does this look nice or not? Looks very nice, right? Yeah. So, why I am asking you this question? When you practice self-discipline, it's very easy for you to control your mind and senses. For example, do you like a traffic policeman standing and controlling the traffic, or you don't want any traffic policeman? You want. Okay, how many of you want a traffic policeman? Oh, very good. Okay, how many of you don't want any traffic policeman at all? So that you can, any car, any bus, any scooter can go in any direction it wants. How many of you? Yeah? She is saying, if every person learns how to go, then there will be no problem, correct, no? But I have seen in Pune, when traffic policeman is not there, two things happen when the vehicles are going. Anybody can say? Jam? Traffic jam? Accident, yeah. Either there will be accident or there will be traffic jam. Correct? You want traffic jam? You want accident? So for avoiding this two, what do you want? You need traffic policeman. Correct, no? That means you agree discipline is required, right? Yeah. In your home, when you have a gas cylinder, is there a regulator or no regulator? What will happen if there is no regulator? There will be fire accident. So, regulation means discipline. You want to send a kite up in the sky. Can you cut it with the blade and throw it up? What do? You keep a spool. Slowly you release it. Little freedom you give, it goes up. And then you can go to sky. If you cut it and throw it, it will go and get stuck in a tree like this. Correct, no? So, should we give full freedom to the kite or little freedom? Now you all have understood what is discipline. Correct, no? So, your teachers, your parents, and God, these three are like the three banks of a river. Like there is one bank here, another bank here, and you put one wall here. What is it called as? Anybody knows? Dam. Who said that? Give him applause. Very good. He very quickly responded. You see, parents, teachers, and God. When you put these three walls, then the water gains tremendous potential energy. And then you can actually release it to use it for irrigation purposes. Otherwise, think about it. Is flood good or dam good? Why flood is not good? Flood only destroys everything. You can see that the flood carries away the cattle. Flood destroys the homes. It kills the people. And flood has energy or not? Flood has energy. Dam also has energy. But flood has destructive energy. And dam has constructive, good energy it is. Nicely spent energy. So all of you children, you want your mind to behave like a dam or like a flood? Yeah. And that will only happen if you cultivate values in your life. Then you can restrain yourself. When to behave, how, you will know that. Yeah. For example, your parents give you some pocket money. What do you do with that? If you see, say somebody goes to hotels, they put up parties, they buy some rubbish magazines, or they go to a movie and spend a lot of money. They buy many unhealthy items and eat junk foods. So these are all examples of uncontrolled behavior. But there was one girl I know, little girl, her father was giving her money. After 6 months of saving money, she went to her father and said, my piggy bank, hundi is full now. Father, can you break it and take out the money? So father said, what do you want to do with this money? She said, I want to give it to a Goshala. Because the poor cows are suffering. I want to see that they are taken good care. Father was so happy. He doubled her pocket money now. He said, I was giving you 2 rupees, now I'll give you 4 rupees now. So you can use it for constructive purposes. So we should go from luxury to need. Luxury, many times luxuries are harmful also many times. So there is a difference between necessity and luxury. So if you have self-discipline, you will have control over how you spend money and what you do. Is that clear? So another aspect of the Vedic life is to have a change of heart. For example, if a person is arrogant, after studying Bhagavad Gita, he should become humble. A person is cheater, he should become truthful. He should become honest. A person is selfish, he should become selfless. A person is greedy, he should become satisfied. A person is lusty, he should become a person filled with love. So this is called as change of heart. You all have heard about Valmiki, isn't it? How cruel he was and how noble he became. So this kind of change of heart is the goal of all education. Education is not only to refuse information. Education means heart transformation. That's the goal of education. So, how many of you have observed both good qualities and bad qualities in you? You have observed. Okay. Okay. How many of you feel that you only have good qualities, you have no bad qualities at all? You are very confident. Anybody? There's like one hand, one or two. There are 4 hands. Okay. So that's what happened in my school days. Our teacher told us, write all the qualities you expect in your friend. So we all wrote like 15, 20 qualities we wrote. Then we were going to give to teacher. Teacher said, wait a minute, not yet. She said, now you round up the qualities which you have. When we started rounding up, only 4, 5 qualities we had. So teacher, madam asked us, you have 5 qualities and you are expecting 20 qualities from your friend. Is it reasonable? And then we understood, oh, we have a lot of combination of good and bad qualities. So we have white balls and black balls. You have to throw away the black balls. We should keep only the good qualities. So in this way, you will see that true understanding of Bhagavad Gita means heart transformation. And now I am going to conclude the last point I am going to tell you now, 10th point. That it is about how if one follows the Vedic values, you will be loved by all. You will see that. We call it as a love for God, love for all. So God is like a master switch. When you love Him and align with His teachings, then one will become a very noble person. Then you will be able to deal with other people without unnecessary interpersonal clash. You understand what is interpersonal clash? Like when you are dealing with your friend, sometimes you become excessively angry with them, right? Because they are not understanding you. Sometimes we become greedy. I have seen sometimes children, they snatch everybody's toys and say, you get lost. I want to enjoy everything. That means you call it greedy. So when we are greedy or when we are angry, when we are proud, nobody likes us. People say, he's very humble, too proud. Nobody will come near you. But if you align with God, you will see that you become lovable with many endearing qualities, good qualities. Like you will see, once Yudhishthira Maharaj and Duryodhana, they both were called by Dronacharya and said, both of you go out. Duryodhana, find out somebody better than you. And Duryodhana went out. Yudhishthira, find out somebody inferior to you. He also went out. Evening, they both came back. Dronacharya asked Duryodhana, could you find someone better than you? Duryodhana said, whole world is bad. All guys are inferior to me. I couldn't find even one person better than me. Like that he said. And Yudhishthira Maharaj came back and said, Guruji, I couldn't find one person inferior to me. Everybody has some good quality. Wherever I went, I feel that I need to learn from everybody. All have good qualities. Everybody is better, superior to me, better than me. That time Dronacharya said, Duryodhana, you couldn't find anyone better than you. Here is Yudhishthira who is better than you, he said. Yudhishthira, you couldn't find anyone inferior to you. Here is Duryodhana who is inferior to you. He told them. So you will see that those who cultivate the Vedic values, they become very endearing personalities. Their thoughts are noble, their speech is pure, their actions are always beneficial to the world. You will see that. And their habits and good character. So that's one of the reasons, this is the wealth of India actually. India has holy saints, holy rivers, holy temples, holy books, holy people. So we have everything very wonderful in this country, and all of you are born here, and you are very nicely being raised in good values in a wonderful school like this, Brahm Prakash DAV school. You have such wonderful leaders here, your principal and teachers who are bringing you up with very good values. They are actually making a foundation now. When you cross your 10th standard, 12th standard and go to college, at that time you will see now my foundation is very strong. You can raise a very big building over that foundation. So, in order to have a good foundation, I told you, 2 things only you have to do every day. Read 5 minutes of Bhagavad Gita, which is 1 page a day also if you read, and 10 minutes of chanting this Hare Krishna mantra 108 times. It's a voluntary thing. There is no pressure on you. It is whose choice? Your choice. If you do it for a week, if it is helping you, you do it. If you don't like it, you give it up. You don't need a mala also. You can even chant with fingers. You see? Like we chant Gayatri 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you fold 1 finger after 10 is over. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. So in each thing you chant 1 mantra. You will chant 3 times. Together we will chant, okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Then the next one. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And this one. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. In this way, you chant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So after 10, if you fold like this, how many are over? 50 are over. Then another 10, you chant release one by one. Total how many? 100. And then you chant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Totally how many? 108. And you can sit in a park and do also. Anywhere. Take a deep breath and just complete 108 times. It will take you how much time? Maximum 10 minutes. I chant in 7 minutes, I chant. Over a period of time, your speed will increase. But in the beginning, it takes you 10 minutes. So 10 minutes of chanting and 1 page of Bhagavad Gita. Not a big deal. If you do this, I can assure you, all these 10 benefits which I told you today, you will get. It's not very difficult. So you all think you can give a try?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I have taken a lot of time. I have exceeded the time that is given to me by your school. You all have to go to classes also. So I quickly wanted to, I don't want any explanation of any of the points. I only want the point only. But all of you don't shout together. Only you raise the hand and I will ask you to stand up and tell one of the 10 points that you remember. Okay? Okay. Any one point you remember? I can stand up? Loudly, yeah.
Indian culture and foundation.
What example I gave for the foundation?
You gave leaders. Leaders help us to inspire us.
Yes, that's true. Actually, the foundation word that he used, for that I gave an example. Anybody remembers? House foundation. So give him applause. That was one of the 10 points. Okay. Thank you. And one more point who would like to say? You can stand up. Yeah.
Behind the hand, skill is there.
Yes.
Behind the head, creativity is there.
Yes.
And behind the heart, inspiration is there.
Yes. So she said behind the hand there is creativity, behind the hand skill, behind the head creativity, and behind the heart inspiration. So, in that connection, 3 country names I told. You remember that? Yes? America? Japan? India. So in India they found, what is the special thing they found in India? Yeah. Okay. So that was the second point. In America they only brought the skills. In Japan they brought the creative ideas. But India is bringing the inspiration from the behind the heart. Thank you. That is. So for self-discipline I gave many examples I gave today. How self-discipline is necessary. Can one of you say one example? Yes? Yes, stand up, yeah. Yes. Yeah, loudly. One example of self-discipline. Anybody remembers? Yes, yes, yes. Stand up, yeah. Loudly.
Sir, traffic police and kite, sir.
Traffic person and kite also. Very good. Okay, 3 are over now. And one more. 4th one, anybody? Okay.
Being a good leader.
What is it?
Being a good leader.
Be a good leader. Okay, you tell one example you tell. Because see, whenever you want to recollect anything, you should go from example to the concept. When I am speaking, I will speak concept and examples. When you are recollecting, what you should do? Go from example to the concept. First you give the concept, example.
Sir, you told about how India encouraged that you also give your minds in and apply your ideas.
No, that point is already released, over. Now the next point I was asking, he even quoted one 4th point, which is self-discipline also, I think is over, right? Now, one more other than this 4. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Whatever you have, let it be constructive and not destructive.
So what example I gave for that? Dam and?
Plants.
Yes, flood and dam example. So, I was telling that we should do activities in a constructive, don't waste your energy. Use in a constructive way. Thank you. One more point, anybody else? You have spoken? Yeah. She is saying alignment with dharma. Any example you remember? Pandavas, correct. Yeah. So because of the alignment with dharma, Pandavas never thought of suicide. On the other hand, the modern day students are committing suicide because they don't have alignment with dharma. Brilliant point. Very good. One more point. On this side, yeah? Yes. Control?
Thoughts.
Control your thoughts, she's saying, yeah. That also comes under self-discipline, which was already over. Any other point comes to your mind?
Even let others learn.
Yeah. Stand up, yeah.
Alignment with Dharma and Pandavas.
That point was just now over.
And not committing anything wrong and understanding the losses of sins.
Very good, very good. You know what he said? He said that aligning with God and nature, we avoid sinful activities. We don't hurt ourselves. We avoid sinful activities, knowing well that sin cannot make you happy. So you lead virtuous life. That was his point. Very good. Any other point? The 2 hands up here. Okay. You can start. Yeah.
Together everyone achieves more.
That is the definition of team, I said. Together everyone achieves more. Okay. All right. Any other point? Yeah, stand up there. Yeah. Humility. Humble. Okay. So you want to say more? I think he wants to tell about the qualities, good qualities, I think. Like humble, tolerant, patient. Then you become endearing to others. You become a lovable personality. Isn't it? That was the last point I made. Lovable by all. Okay. Any other point? Yes? Okay, one point here.
Live and let live.
Live and let live. Very good. Very good. That's a very good point. And opposite of live and let live is Hitler. Example I gave, isn't it? And live and let live is like Lord Rama taught, the world how to live properly. Yes?
Let your angel out, not the animal.
What is that?
Let your angel out, not animal.
She is saying bring the angel out of you, not the animal out of you. Very good. Okay, one point.
Change in heart.
Change of heart. Very good.
Just like quality.
Yeah?
Just like quality.
Yeah, yes, correct.
Tolerance.
Yeah, those are all coming qualities. Humility, tolerance. Okay. Most of the good points have come out. One last point, anybody? Okay, yeah.
Smoking and not drinking and
That also is coming in that point of giving up sin.
good in, good out, garbage in, garbage out.
She is saying Gigo principle, good in, good out, garbage in, garbage out. Okay, one last point.
Supply good thoughts.
What is it?
Supply good thoughts.
Supply?
Good thoughts.
That means thought is the first. So let us complete with this one thing. Watch your thoughts, they turn into words. Watch your words, they turn into watch your actions, they turn into watch your habits, they turn into Watch your character, it can become. Have you all understood? So everything begins from a thought. When you are participating in Gita contest, you are taking the noble thoughts of Gita and giving input to yourself of the pure thoughts. So you are going to be a great leader tomorrow. Huh? Okay, one last, yeah?
Believe on God.
Believe in God, she's saying, yeah. That's what is acceptance of God, alignment with God, acting for the pleasure of God, acting on behalf of God. In that I told this point. Thank you. Your applause. So I wish to thank Mr. Prashantji, your leader of your school, and madam, and also all the teachers. I'm very grateful to you for the opportunity given. And all of you brilliant children, practically you recollected everything I spoke today in the class today. And you have a copy of Gita with you, many of you are participating. I'm sure that by reading the Gita and inculcating the values given in Gita, you are going to become a very great noble leader tomorrow. And I pray to Lord Krishna that He blesses every one of you in achieving success in all your earnest endeavors. Thank you. Right.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for enlightening us. Children, you remember what Prabhuji said? 2 things. What are the 2 things Prabhuji said? 15 minutes. Just chanting Hare Krishna mantra, read from fingers for 10 minutes, and then read 1 day of meditation. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for your wonderful session. And our little student of 3 years old would like to express his gratitude by telling a small story, but please.
जब वासुदेव और देवकी को शादी करवा के जा रहा था, तभी एक आकाशवाणी हुई, ए दुष्ट कंस, इस देवकी का 8वां पुत्र तेरा काल बनकर तेरा अंत करेगा। तब कंस क्रोधित होके उन दोनों को कारागार में डाल दिया। उसने बहुत बच्चों को मार दिया। फिर जब उसने पुरुषा को बुलाया, जब बहुत राक्षस भी मर गए, तो खुद अक्रूर को भेजा, अक्रूर जाओ मेरे काल को ले आओ। अक्रूर जाके काल को ले आया। पहले तो जानूर को मारा, फिर कंस को मारा, फिर अपने माँ पिता को राजा रानी बनाया और फिर वृंदावन लौट गए।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा।
पाहि पाहि जगन् मोहन कृष्ण परमानंद श्री कृष्ण कृष्ण पाहि पाहि जगन् मोहन कृष्ण परमानंद श्री कृष्ण कृष्ण देवकी वसुदेवा नंदन कृष्ण देवकी वसुदेवा नंदन कृष्ण दिव्य सुंदर श्री कृष्ण कृष्ण दिव्य सुंदर श्री कृष्ण कृष्ण पाहि पाहि जगन् मोहन कृष्ण परमानंद श्री कृष्ण कृष्ण नंद यशोदा नंदन कृष्ण नंद यशोदा नंदन कृष्ण इंदुवदन श्री Krishna. Induvadana Sri Krishna Krishna. Pahi pahi Jagan Mohana Krishna. Paramananda Sri Krishna Krishna. Palita Narayana Tirtha Krishna. Palita Narayana Tirtha Krishna. Paramabhavana Sri Krishna Krishna. Paramabhavana Sri Krishna Krishna. Pahi pahi Jagan Mohana Krishna. Paramananda Sri Krishna Krishna. Paramananda Sri Krishna Krishna.
Esteemed special guest for the day, Radhesham Prabhuji, dignitary sitting on the dais, beloved teachers, dear students, a pleasant morning to one and all. First and foremost, I would like to thank Radhesham Guruji for gracing the occasion on this eventful morning and blessing our students with his valuable message. I thank the other members of ISKCON team also, because they were coordinating with us since 2 weeks for this event to happen. Thank you so much. Students, I would like to end this with few important things. In fact, I already told sir also, 4 years back when I was in IIT Hyderabad, I was working on inculcating this Bhagavad Gita values to students, which I started but I could not complete because of my transfer. Now I want to tell you one thing, students. Bhagavad Gita is life skills manual which was given by Lord Sri Krishna 5000 years ago. West is coming forward and they are, taking it. They are embracing it. West is coming forward and imbibing all the essence of Bhagavad Gita. And I think we Indians, we are some way, hesitating. Children, this first 25 years, they make you, which I have already told you on a number of occasions. Bhagavad Gita will make your life, as Sir said. I want all of you to read Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, it is not the book which should be there in the courts, or it is not the thing which is chanted only during some ceremonies. Bhagavad Gita, it's a important manual, life skills manual. We should have that in our daily homes. Everyone should read these important. There are 800 verses, 700 to 800 shlokas in Bhagavad Gita. When you read that, you will come to know of this and you will start implementing your life in a disciplined manner. 250 students have come forward, sir, for taking part in the competition. So I congratulate and I thank all the 250 participants also, because you are taking a right step in the right direction. Come on, full wonderful clap for them. I want every child should have Bhagavad Gita with you. Not only that, as Sir said, every day read one page and chant Hare Krishna mantra, then you see your lives will transform and you will become a different human being. You will be at a different level where you will be revered, respected, and you will be in a position to support others. So once again, I thank Radhesham Guruji for all the support, for all his blessings that he has showered on us. Thank you so much, sir. And once again, thank you so much, children, for being patient listeners. Thank you so much. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Now I request His Grace Radhesham Prabhuji to distribute Bhagavad Gita to all the children who are registered. We'll start from 10th A. 10th class children, please. Please come fast. Say Hare Krishna. You should be little fast, children, so that because around 250 to 80 books have to be distributed. Take it, say Hare Krishna and go. Say Hare Krishna and take it. Please be seated.
Sir, కూర్చోండి.
Few of you can take from here also. Don't touch Nana. Say Hare Krishna and take. Don't touch. Say Hare Krishna and take it. You can pay obeisances from far.
సార్ ఇటు నుంచి తీసుకురండి కొంతమందిని.
Prabhuji, you can also give. Come now.
వీళ్ళని ఇంకోమనండి సైలెంట్ గా.
Those who took it can go to their classes quietly, slowly.
Only said if somebody wants to take now, you can take their names. They can take over.